And the question here is about how India can play a bigger role in global politics. And what's your view on what India could do to get onto a higher stage? And we talked about the US and China. India is probably slightly behind the curve on that aspect, but what can India do to be a political game changer?
Well, look, I think that one of the reasons why China is pushing so hard now to build all of these institutions is they recognize that if they wait for 5 or 10 years' time, India will start playing a much bigger role on them. So much better to construct them now. Mm-hmm. By the way, if I had been advising China on the AIIB, I would have told them to wait for at least a month or two, because there would have been a better chance that TPP would have failed. And because you had people like Paul Krugman and Elizabeth Warren and others that were focusing on TPP as an economic deal and therefore supporting labor and opposing it, where now TPP looks strategic and therefore is an anti-China thing, and that means the Republicans are going to favor it. So China actually made a big strategic misstep there. But the Indians, absolutely are going to play a bigger role in the region. But right now, India is reaching out to Japan. And you look at Abe's Twitter page. I haven't done it in a week, but a week ago, Abe was following 4 people: his wife, which you should, the former governor of Tokyo, the Indian Home Minister, and Modi. That's it. There is no closer relationship that India has than Japan. And they're creating Japan zones to improve Japanese business in India. They're doing everything possible to strategically align with that country. They see that as a huge benefit for them. They're working with the Southeast Asians. I don't think the Indians are going to play a big global role. I don't. Their economy is so tiny compared to that of China still. Their military is so much smaller. But they are going to start playing a very big Asian role. And absolutely the Chinese are going to be unnerved by that. And over time, they'll be competing with each other much more directly, each other's state-owned enterprises, and competing for water over the Himalayas. That's, of course, going to be a big problem going down the pike. The Chinese are putting dams up. The Indians have a big problem with that, but they don't know how to respond to it. In the last 10 years, India's response has been, let's just be quiet because we don't want to rock the boat. Modi's not going to act that way. Modi's really a sea change in India. And we really can't underestimate the importance of that.
We got a couple of questions on the Iranian deal. One is,